Now you know I like to fish with lizards, right? Look at who joined me today. I brought a little partner out on the boat. And we got some live bait. We got some live bait today. Hey, Miss Joan. We're going to use some crawdads today. And I brought a big pole for the big crawdads for gar on the outside edge. And I got my regular pole so I can flip some crawdads up in these holes here. But right now I'm sitting here and look at my little partner that joined me today. See my little lizard. He's scared. He thinks I'm going to use him for bait, but he's okay. I got plastic lizards with me. He can just watch. But we're going to start out throwing a big crawdad right out off the edge of them weeds there, right out there. That's where last week that big one splashed that I rode up on. But that little guy's safe for now. I get desperate, I might use him for bait. Alright. We're gonna get rigged up here. Get rigged up. It's a little nippy out this morning, tell you what. All right. See, we got this with a float, a big wire leader down to the hook. Now, we want the biggest, meanest crawdad. Yep, this one here is trying to get me. Look, he grabbed the other one. He's so damn mean. Come on. I don't want to tear them up. They grip tight. He's like, let me at him. Let me at him. God damn it, he's got me by the tail. Come on, let go. All right, let's put them back and grab the other one. There you go. We got this guy. He's good size. All right, We got him rigged. Let's flip him out there. I'm gonna have to reposition the kayak just a minute here. I don't want to be throwing all sidearm. All right, let me spin around here a little bit. We're gonna flip him out there where that big one rolled by me last week. Okay, here's our bait. Now, if I was bass fishing, I wouldn't be using these big reds, but we're gar fishing. There we go. Put the clicker on. Okay. Now let me put this bass fishing pole over here. Get this guy rigged up in a pole holder. This is going to be slow fishing because I'm just sitting here waiting for a bite, kind of like cat fishing. All right, we got our strike indicator sitting there right off these edge of these weeds. I will wait and see. Mr. Zero, howdy buddy. Mr. Eric B, hello. Now it's the waiting game. Damn, Mr. Zero, this crawdad's big as those fish you were catching yesterday. All right. That's all right. That looked like big fun, buddy. I bet it was.
With Visa and vice.
Here's how I got it set up. We're using a big fat musky rod, a 2-speed reel with 50-pound braid down to a 210-pound leader. And there's nobody else out here. All right. So we'll see. There were crawdads from the crawdad boil last night, so I figured I'd use them for bait. Right?
Where you are.
Where you are. Let that crawdad crawl around in the weeds out there. Well, when I get home and can check your channel out, I'll rinse you up, buddy. It's tight quarters here. Don't got a lot of room. Mr. Gavin, what's up? We're fishing with crawdads, buddy. A little different today. See my strike indicator out there? I think you can see it. Oh, I just saw one out there on the surface. I just saw one out there on the surface. See this crawdad though, he's down on the bottom. The strike indicator slides on the line. So the line is way out there behind this bobber. But last week there was a big gar hanging around here. There still are. Mr. Mick, we're gar fishing, buddy. See the bait? And here's the gear. Right off this weed bed. That crawdad down there crawling around in the weeds. Nobody else out here. Often there's gar sitting right under that tree. Spotted ones, not real big, on a couple footers. Last week though, there was one over 4 foot right there, splashed right next to me when I was rowing up along here. Let me see if he's out there prowling. Oh, where'd my little lizard go? I had a little lizard out here with me. He went under the seat. I don't know where he is. There was a little lizard sitting in the corner. If you scroll back, you can see him. He's a brave little lizard. He could get used for bait. You know, I like using lizards. And quick as he appeared, he disappeared. It's a little cold out. I don't think he went in the water. Oh, nice. I used a road bike a long time ago. I started it when I was in Oregon with all the big mountains and all, man. It was fun to road bike there. And the roads were really peaceful, not a lot of traffic. And it was nice, clean air with all the pine trees. I still got the road bike over in my storage. Thank you, Miss Marilyn. We got those crawdads left over from the boil. Some big ones and some little ones. Well, there. And we brought out a little bigger gun today. Now it's a slip bobber. I'm not right underneath it. My line is, crawdad's way out there. This is slid up the line. It'll just be an indicator if it gets bit. That way I can leave it unattended. And I brought a bass stick for throwing the little crawdads. We're going to throw little crawdads up in some of them holes, try and get them stuck. Then I'll go to plastics. But we'll see. All right, see you later, Mr. Mick. Thank you for visiting, buddy. Sorry I didn't produce any fish yet. But we will. We will. It's a little nippy out. Got the sun behind me today, man. Too hard to see looking into the sun. I do prefer fishing that direction behind me, not this direction, but it's all right. I got my bow all ready for bow fishing. While we were at the crawdad boil last night, the arrow rest arrived. So I installed it last night, set it all up. I think it's ready to shoot. Maybe I'll go down to the end of the street this evening with a flashlight when it gets dark and do a little hunting. I bought it specifically to use down there because I can't shoot it out of my kayak. That's what I got the little spear gun for. But the bow, I have to be standing on solid ground, kind of, or in a boat. I don't trust myself in the kayak. I'll take a shot and fall right out of my face if I hook one, especially if I miss. Now, mind you, that bow fishing is instinctive shooting. There's no sights. Look, did you see that? That was a carp that just boiled out there. Yeah, there's some big-ass carp in here, I'll tell you. They'll hit little tiny crawdads once in a while. My buddy got one bass fishing before. Only carp I ever got, I snagged him in the top fin. I was fishing a crankbait for bass, and I snagged that stupid fucker right in the top fin. It was well over 10 pounds. I thought I had a big bass on. I was standing up there fighting it like a fucking fool. Then realized it damn carp when I brought it up near shore. See, sitting here waiting for hungry fish is just not my favorite way to fish. I prefer targeting fish with a lure, getting a reaction strike, or throwing it right on top of them when they're back in the cover. But we could put on some music. Let me see if we got any music this morning. What do we got here? See if you can watch that. There's Baba. Oh, sorry about the wind noise. The wind just picked up hard. It's blowing me off my spot.
Rock 8 show on Houston's only classic rock, The Eagle.
He caught a lopper. Try and make it flip. This is a difficult cast. Hang on, I gotta turn the kayak around. See, the wind is blowing my nose over though. I don't like it. See if this angle will hang. See if I'll stick. I got a bunch of trees behind me though. I can't load up and cast. We're going to move down to another spot for the moment. Yeah, see the crawdad, he's pissed, he's kicking. See if I can hide the sun behind these trees. The wind is jacking my angle. But let's pitch it. Switch poles, different side here. The wind is really rolling in. Sorry about the wind noise, I bet you got some. I didn't bring a sock to put over it.
Katie sent an email.
So here's, I don't want to do the disclaimer before we read it. You gave the air to this like a week ago. Somebody wrote you some ranting Karen email. And
Yeah,
you read
I
it on the
did.
radio.
I did.
So you've opened up the door.
I have.
You got some complaint about society, life in general, or other human beings.
Yeah.
Lana wants to hear about it.
I do.
Not the truth.
I do. So Linda needs to report a serious problem with the geese at her park.
What?
There are too many of them, and they know it. I was walking along the trail last Thursday, and one of them looked at me.
The geese.
Just
No geeks. Now we're at this side. The wind blowing my strike indicator right up the line in here. And crawdads should be about hitting bottom out there. They sink pretty slow when they're live like that. There's no weight on them. We'll call on the West Coast fly lining. Oh, let me see. I missed. Chat was stuck. So let me see here. All right, Miss Marilyn. All right. Hey, Mr. Chad, no fish yet. No fish were harmed either, but there was a lizard riding shotgun with me for a while. I don't know where he went. And we got these guys. They survived the boil. That's why we got out the gar pole for them. We're fishing them out there. Where that big gar splashed me last week was right here. He was a whopper. I rode right up on him too, man. Mr. Squeaker? Nice. Yeah, the big reds are typically for gar, not necessarily bass. They'll hit them once in a while. I brought some small ones to flip in the bushes for bass. And that's my strike indicator. It's sliding loose on the line. It's not stuck. So my crawdad's actually out there quite a ways in the depths. And this is, as the line settles, the float just slips up. But that's my strike indicator. If I see it zoom out a little bit, I'll know I'm bit. Very subtle. I can't afford bells on the end of my line. No bells and whistles, none of that, you know what I mean? Besides, I fumble around, the bell would get tangled up and I'd lose my fish. But this is what we got. I'm not going to stay a super long time. Well, I'm not planning on it. I got a power bank I need to hook to this in a couple minutes. I'm not sure the 2 extra batteries I brought. I know one's dead and one, the charge is probably questionable. But I'll have to see. We'll see if it warrants. I was kind of worried about you, buddy. No oink oink. We're not boar hunting. We're gar hunting. Well, not hunting. We're gar fishing. I'll do some gar hunting later this evening. I got the bow is rigged and ready. The arrow is fastened to the reel. The arrow rest is installed. The reel seat worked out nice. The paint job covered up all the crusty corrosion because it's got a magnesium riser, so it was all white instead of black. Needed a little touch up. Got it touched up. I figured out how I can hook a flashlight to it. After I take a few shots, I'll see if I want to do that. This wind is killing me, man. I don't know if it's bad. It's probably bad on here too, man. Sorry. I try to use these weeds to hold me in. So I get all snuggled up in the weed bed here and leave enough room behind me to cast. Oh, piece of trash I'm gonna have to grab. And I've got a bass stick ready. Oh, they won't pinch ya. Come on. Chad. Don't be a sissy, Mr. Chad. You should have seen the children last night reaching in there and grabbing it. They won't hurt you. They won't eat much if they do. I'm going to have to bring this crawdad in here, and I'm going to throw him out for chum. And I'm going to have to go down the line and use the facilities. It's about time to drain the tank. In fact, let's get ready to do that before I spill some in the boat here. Usually I don't use a treble, but this is specific for gar. So I'm going to toss this guy out for chum. Well, now, you know what? Let's row down there to where I'm going to go, and I'll throw him out while I do the duty calls. Trying to find me a spot where I can crawl out. I think right over here. Let me turn around. I think I can beach it right here. Let's see. There, it should stay stuck right here. All right, let's throw this crawdad out. Take us a leak. All right. put this down here. Now, if I can do this without kicking everything over. God, they make the bathroom here so hard to get to, you know? Alright. I gotta put this down so if it falls over, it won't fall in the water. There you go. You watch out there. Now see, this is the bathroom facilities here. They're very difficult to negotiate. The steps are rock and there's sticks to grab a hold of. So I'll be back in a minute. Sounds like a fish peeing on a flat rock. Look, Ma, no hands. Okay, now the hard part. Hard part's getting back in. Easy part's getting out. You like that. All right. Phew, 10 pounds lighter. Tell you what. All right. That strike indicator snuggled up in the weeds, but the crawdad's out there a ways. We'll let him sit there. This was the bathroom facilities. Nice steps, self-flushing, air dry your hands, you know, typical commercial bathroom. Actually, you know what? I may just stock these crawdads in the rocks down here and come back fishing a plastic on the way back. Just sitting waiting for a bite just isn't my forte. I like to work for them. Although we'll see. I mean, if they're honking on the crawdads, I like fishing them, but I ain't going to sit there with one down all day. Unless I'm like camping or something, doing something else. Yeah, I'll throw them fuckers out there and leave them. Get busy with other shit. But I'm not just going to sit here like this. Besides, we need some music. Come on. Quit doing that. Try to get some tunes. Come on. This poor old radio's beat to a pulp. It don't want to work. Hey, my radio speaks Spanish, man. I never knew.
Con efectos secundarios desagradables? ¿Tienes problemas de equilibrio o temes perder tu independencia? Tus pies te están diciendo que no pueden sobrevivir sin el suministro de oxígeno, nutrición y estimulación. Es buena idea seguir cubriendo los síntomas con medicamentos mientras estás perdiendo el funcionamiento de tus pies. Con la ayuda del Dr. Sammy Tao, DC, de Texas.
Ándale.
It's out.
Para una cita al 281-501-49 antes de que tu
The radio's about had it.
Here now does that, and it's starting to froth.
With meats, before you cook them, there are things or indicators, like if it looks funny,
If it's gray.
if it smells funny,
Yep.
You put ketchup
if
on
it
it.
tastes funny, which
Or-
was always weird.
If it's fish, you soak it in milk. That's what your grandma did because it was spoiled. I don't think when you go to the sushi bar and eat that $3 million tuna that they're soaking it in milk, buddy. I think that's more of a mouthful of grandma.
Reticent to have ham, just because, I mean, everybody,
Honey baked ham is the best.
yeah, I know, but the dogs got it, they drug it around the kitchen, and now everybody, when I say ham, they think of the ham being drugged around the
Yeah,
kitchen.
you think of dirty ham.
Dirty ham, it's so dirty. So
You say ham, I picture a pig's big fat ass. A warthog running through Africa, right? Those are funnier than hell. Like a hippo spinning his tail, right? All right, all right. Well, I think we're going to go stalk these crawdads down in the rocks, and I'm going to do some real fishing here. Well, I'll give one small crawdad a chance. We'll stalk, and we'll keep a couple, and I'll make a couple flips on the way back over here, and then we'll go to a plastic. Let's do that. That's the plan. We're going to stick to it. Speaking of sticks, that's what I use for an anchor. Stick. There's nothing like standing there taking a piss and drifting away. nothing like ripping that crawdad out of the weeds either. He's got a wig on. Give him a haircut. Look, do they pinch you? You want to see him pinch? Look. Ow! Ow! He pinched me! Fucking crybaby. Hang one of them crawdads off your freaking ball sack. That'll hurt. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Maybe it don't. Maybe it feels good. I don't know. We could make a movie. We could put it on YouTube. Look, crawdads hanging on ball sack. Just add a little ball sack vinegar to it. It'd be a vinaigrette. Right? Rightio. Alright, let's go down here and stock these rocks with crawdads. Down here where I likes to fish. Where some of them bass likes to spawn. We go down here. I know it. Clip those crawdads on your earlobes and use them like earrings. Now that would be sporty. That would work nicely, you know. You don't even need to have holes in your ears to do that. They'll just grab on. We're going to stock them crawdads right down here. See all that crushed rock up on shore? Good spot for crawdads. We'll get down in there. Propagate. We're going to do some stalking. Stalking foot waders. Alright, we got the bucket here. Ow, he bit me when I grabbed him. I'm going to take this guy. We'll throw him right there. Okay, we got this guy. Just let me at him, let me at him. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Alright. We're going to flip him right up there. You better get down in there. Staying on top, the birds will get you, dumbass. He's hung up. How about this one? Yes, sir. Come on, grab me. Come on, pinch. He's weak. Pinch. And grab me. Then he's gonna reach up and grab me in the eye like a fucking smartass. Yeah, he won't grab me. Pinch. Grab it. Draw blood. He says, I'm scared, Mr. Jimmy. You fucking eat me. I know you. Alright. He says, just throw me in. Alright, we'll just throw him in. The other guys hung out to dry. Now, we got these little ones. These are little. We'll put one in here and we'll take two to fish with. Watch me get ripped right off the bat and wish I had more. Typical. Okay. I'm going to throw this one up there. Now I'm going to make one cast here though with this big one, because this is a good area. So we'll make one quick cast. Well, the wind is ripping me though. Yeah. Can't stay put. Gotta stay put and fish crawdad. So I got the clicker on so I won't lash out in this wind. This big old rig with a bobber and a big crawdad and all that wants to bolo when you throw it, and that'll make you lash out. So see, on the cast there's no loose coils. Lash free. I had the last lash, right? It was oh so funny when the crawdad drew blood. It's real deep right there, right through. It's about 20. So we'll wait it out right there for a few. Except I'm fishing all sidearm here. Well, sidearm. Fishing out. I should be fishing this way, see, but I'm this way. 90 degrees off. Look at that. Those ducks just came ripping right by. Look, now they're flying low over there. They're down on water level, zooming a lap. They're way over there now. Let me go over there. Keep it pinned like that, because we're backed off so that they'll pull drag if I get bit. I'm gonna let them run a little bit and then stick them. We'll do more of this down at the end of the street. I just wanted to throw them in here for the heck of it. Is that Mr. Preppa crayfish? I can always tell people that rarely use them, they call them crayfish. Where the hell did you get that from? They're fucking crawdads. Next thing you know, you're going to call them a fucking prawn. Don't be calling them prawns. Alright. They're out there. Don't ask me. Now I'm almost fishing out the back door. I gotta turn to 180 and I'll be in position. I get bit though, I'm gonna jump out and go running up shore. And drag him up on shore flopping. I'm gonna have to turn, we are sitting here pretty cockeyed. I'm gonna have to turn this boat around. The wind is pushing us pretty hard though. Am I frozen? Yeah, me too. Look at my videos from last night, buddy. That's where these are left over from. I didn't know they were considered game fish. I've never heard that before. So you're telling me about big ones in California, eh? Just so happens I'm from San Diego, buddy. Lake San Vicente has big blue ones. When me and my buddy would camp out there, we would eat them in the evenings. After we used some for bait, we'd keep those big blues and boil them up and eat them. This crawdad's just been walking down the line. We're gonna leave him right here on the outside edge of these weeds and rocks for a few. Let's see what I'm fishing in. Yeah. Rocks and weeds. I got the big gun out today. 50-pound braid on a 2-speed. With a 210-pound steel leader to a big-ass treble hook. We'll leave this guy sitting on the edge of the weeds for a few. Then I said, I'm going to get busy with a lizard on the way back, catch bass. It's on my musky rod. Whew. Almost lost you. It's on my musky rod. Let's see if I can switch though here. There we go. It's the 2-speeder. I'm in low gear right now. It's cranking slow because last thing I was throwing a big top water on it, and it's on my musky rod. There's a lot of line out underneath that lure though. It's or underneath that slip bobber. It's just sliding loose on the line. There's about 30 feet of line out behind it at least. There's some sticks out there. But like I said, in between me and those sticks on the outside edge of the weeds, it's about 20 feet deep. A couple fish have had to look at that crawdad, but they just don't think he's on the menu today. They'll save him for this evening. That's what it is, right? We're gonna do some bow fishing soon, Mr. Preppa. Got it all set up. Looking forward to that. I haven't bow fished since like early 80s. To be honest, that was why I bought my first compound bow, was to shoot some carp in one of my bass fishing holes. Because it was in a quarry, and there were these giant carp, man, like over 4 feet long. And I knew they were stealing all the bass eggs. So I wanted to get them out of there. So I went and bought a bow, and all of a sudden realized I like bow hunting way better than rifle hunting. So did that for over 30 years, and now it's to rifle. Because I just prefer to shoot them in the head and drop them one shot. Don't have to chase them, and you get all the meat without a big mess. Just easier. I'm lazy. Yeah, the wind is moving me again. Let's rip this up. Pretty good size crawdad. He's still got some kick to him. We're going to go down the line here a little bit and throw him out one more time. And then that's it. Get back in this corner and throw it to the other side of those sticks. A little bit further here. This is where I was dug in a couple of years ago, grabbing a bass, reaching for my phone to do a video, and a snake got up on my kayak, man. I thought it jumped out of my skin. I didn't get no video, needless to say, but I got rid of the snake. Yeah. Okay, here, I gotta get this other pole holder set up. I had it in the down and stowed position. It was in the upright stowed position, right? Or in the down stow, something. Alright, now, get this crawdad over to the other side. And let's throw him out there. Alright. We got the pole lodged down in the pole holder. And then we got that indicator out there indicating. And this one is ready to throw a little crawdad shortly. Let's float this guy over. Park you right there. See if we focus. Maybe we're in focus, I don't know. What is that? Well, no, not catfishing, gar fishing. Although a catfish could grab it, I can't control that, but my specific target is gar. There's big ones in here, and they're on patrol. I seen them last week. They splashed me. And I'm going to flip some dinky little crawdads for bass here in a couple. See if my radio's still speaking Spanish.
815 1232 área 8.
What happened? We went across the border and my other station keeps cutting out. Poor old radio's beat to a pulp.
Houston.
Mr. Pippa? Yeah, the leader's because of gar. This stick has 50-pound braid and a 210-pound steel plastic-coated leader. If I was catfishing, I wouldn't have that on there. I just have 20-pound mono down to it. The wind picked up pretty hard. In doing this, I got to sit stationary.
Fish is preparing for residency at the Spear.
No. All right, I about had enough of it. I'm gonna skip the little crawdads. I'm gonna stock them. Let's do that right here while we still got some rocks. See, we got rocks. Let's stock these little crawdads. And see, here there is. These little ones. We're going to throw them in these rocks right here. Right there in that gravel. He's a happy little crawdad going back into his hacienda there. And we got one more. We'll put him down right nearby. Then they can propagate, right? Okay, now there's no more in the bucket. Let's pour that. Wash it out. Try not to make too much noise. Dump it out. All right. There. What do you got? Good morning from Huntington Beach. Is that Mr. Dutch? Good morning, buddy. It's always gloomy up there. Ain't no California sun. Nice, buddy. Good to see you. I'm fishing a crawdad out there on a big heavy rig. I'm going to retire that in a couple minutes. Drop down to my normal plastic lizard. If you go right back to the very beginning of this stream, I had a hitchhiker. There was a live lizard riding on the front there with me, but as soon as he saw me grab them crawdads and hook them up, he thought he was next, and he disappeared. Literally disappeared. I don't know where he went, but he ain't here no more, and I couldn't find him. Mr. Nary, howdy, buddy. I'm fishing crawdad. I'm getting ready to bring it. I'll make one more cast since you came in with the live bait. I'm going to throw this back out, this live bait, which is a crawdad. I'm going to throw it back out, and I'm going to rig up my plastic lizard and get busy on the way back. Because the dock is all the way down there, and we got all that juicy territory to cover on the way back to the dock. Oh yeah, Mr. Nary, I set up a bow fishing rig. Go to my videos and check out the bow I set up. I'm going to go stab some fish with it soon. I'm going to try to stab some fish with it soon, I should say. I'm not a very good shot. Yep. It's my first day. I'll learn. Y'all can teach me. I'll appreciate it. All right. I think that's funny enough. Let's rig up here. What do you say? Let me bring this in. I'll show you what I'm flipping here. This is pretty heavy rig, Mr. Nary. 50-pound braid on a 2-speed reel with a musky rod. Okay, let me get the sun behind and I'll show you, and then I'll get it up. I'll bring it up. What do we got here? In Albuquerque, who's Mr. Dutch, fishing in the canal behind my house with crawdads, right? All right, here, check that out. This is what we're using, Mr. Nary. We got 50-pound braid, strapped to a 2-speed on a musky rod. We got a strike indicator out there in the weeds with a big old crawdad on there. Let me show you the rig. Here's the rig that I'm fixing to jig. Now I'm going to switch to a plastic here in a couple minutes.
Outlaw Dave with Lana on Houston's Eagle.
See, this just rips right through the weeds. So I'm going to throw it one more time.
Driving home this evening, could have sworn we had it
Nice light.
all worked out. You had this boy believing, way beyond the shadow of a doubt.
treble hook crimp to it.
Now it cuts like a knife,
And I got a strike indicator.
but it feels so right. Yeah, cuts like a
See,
knife.
the ball, that slides.
Oh, but it feels so right.
3 slides on the line. That 50-pound braid
Been mistaken.
is hooked to a
Times I thought I'd been misunderstood.
210-pound stainless plastic-coated leader. And he's got a big treble hook in his butt because I'm looking for God. So I need to make one more flip. And I got the clicker on for the cast so it don't lash on me because it's really breezy out. Now, see, we're out there. Now there's no muskie around here. That's just a rod, what the rod's custom tailored for. Fishing big heavy lures. Up to 40-pound mono, casting big topwater. Oh, here. Which way it kicks away. We want to rig up. I gotta make a leader first for the plastic. I need a swivel. No wet fingers in the tackle box. Alright, that is a swivel. Swivel net. And we got some line. Maybe if I go like this, it'll help. I was driving while blind. Mr. Glacier, you're late. I'm finishing up my gar fishing to no avail. Go look at the bow I set up, Mr. Glacier. Tell me what you think. Hello, Miss Donna.
Here's some words of rock encouragement. Thanks to our friends at Gallery Furniture. Really will save
Go look at that bow.
you money. We just had a weekend of religious celebrations.
Well,
to
yeah.
mark a period of rebirth, of hope, of salvation, of spring. It
And we
doesn't have
boiled
so much to
crawdads.
do with Easter bunnies other than they are a fertility symbol. It doesn't have to do with chocolate eggs other than they are delicious and they are also fertility symbols. I mean, it could have as much to do with Lincoln
have
Logs in your sock
ramifications.
drawer, as the prophet William Hicks once said. But the celebration of Passover and Easter
Palomar.
are celebrated around the world through a variety of cultures in a variety of different ways, because this is that time of year where after the long, arduous winter, we are once again reaffirmed with our hope that our future
Stretch that leader out.
is bright, that the days get longer, that the flowers
Okay, thank you,
will
Miss Donna.
bloom, that the crops will yield
Yes, I'm alone.
their fruits.
Miss Mo,
and
howdy.
that
We had
our
a great
livestock
weekend.
will be fattened
Well, I did go to a
with
funeral
the
Saturday. That
bounty
was
to be
not so
shared
great,
by families and
but it was a
communities
very
alike.
nice funeral.
Let
I
us
enjoyed listening
honor
to the folks
this
speak.
holiday and this
It
time
was
of
someone that we
year
love
with
dearly.
the positivity and
I don't
hope
go to funerals
that
very
befits
often.
the intention.
And then last night we had a crawdad boil. So I brought some crawdads left over and I use them for bait. I got one out there right now. So put him in, coach. He's ready to play. All right, now. See, I was ready to throw little crawdads on this. See, I got the big gun out, Miss Mo. Well, I'm fishing. I'm fishing. Come on. Put him in, coach. It's kind of a big gun, though. It's a 2-speeder with 50-pound braid. Kind of a big gun. But I'm gar fishing. There's a crawdad out there. I'll bring him in a couple minutes and show you. But let me finish getting rigged here. And I had some little crawdads with me. I had some little crawdads with me. So see, I was rigged to throw them on this. But I'm going to take that off. Put my leader on for some bass fishing. I tire of this. Put him in, coach. That's what that crawdad said. Put a fresh leader on here. Little crawdad hook. That's why I throw the small crawdads with that. Here's my tackle. My taco. Let me look at my taco. Extra real. Sorry, I lost y'all for a minute there. Let's rig it.
Mornings rock with Outlaw Dave and Lana on Houston's Eagle.
Always more to love at Specs Wine, Spirits, and Finer Foods. More variety, more value, more good vibes. At Specs, you'll find the biggest selection in Texas, from rare finds to frequently loved favorites, all at the lowest prices. Being Texas family owned means we know every celebration should start with great flavor and good company. We've got the Lone Star Spirit, aisles of it in fact. The fun starts here.
Meet iPhone 17e. A whole lot for a lot less. With an almighty all-powerful A19 chip. A ceramic chip too, built to survive this. And this. And a 48 megapixel fusion camera with 2 times optical quality zoom and next-gen portraits. And double the starting storage of iPhone 16e. And long-lasting battery life for hours of watching the studio. That's the dream! And it comes with Apple Intelligence. And you can charge it with USB-C or with MagSafe accessories. And a whole lot more. All for a lot less. Get the new iPhone 17e at T-Mobile today.
Save on your favorite brands at Whole Foods Market. Get 30% off select Annie's favorites with Prime through April 7th. Shop sales on mac and cheese, cookies, granola bars, puffs, crackers, and gummies. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
By texting 64,000, new code receive recurring
Well, we'll
automated
see if
marketing
it
messages from
holds.
Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply.
Ain't
No
fishing
purchase
for
required.
world
Terms apply.
records,
Available
so
at
I don't really
ownwell.com/terms.
care,
Estimate
but
based
I
on your
like to
neighborhood average
land
and
them.
individual results may vary.
When I saw how high my property tax bill was, I was shocked. We couldn't afford this, but I discovered Ownwell. Ownwell reduced my property taxes and saved me over $1,000.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be
Alright, now we got some taco. We need a bullet. And a good size hook. I want 3-aught. Now, the leader is way long. We're going to cut it down. We only want a little over a foot. About right there. Just about that much. Oh, got sun there, huh? Gotta keep an eye on that bobber out there. See it running around all over town. Palomar. Alright, let's get a lizard out of here. What are we gonna throw, Mr. Terry? We're gonna throw a fucking lizard. Tell you what. That's what I do. Just hanging straight. Let's see how he's hanging. That's why you ask somebody, how's it hanging? It should be hanging like that. Make a practice flip. Just right. Get that line all juicy. We're ready for action. We're gonna move up here to these weed beds. Let's get this crawdad off here. Now, I'll show you what I'm throwing. Here, let's put these hooks over here where they won't put those weights in with the hooks. That's why they're in a bag, so they won't damage anything. Okay, let's get this crawdad in and get him unrigged and get that pole stowed, and we'll get down to some fishing. Do some bucking fishing.
croads.com.
All right, come up here and you can see. Uh-oh, whoops. Okay, bring in this crawdad. You want to see him? He's good size, and he's going to get stocked. Yeah, I'm gonna put the radio down there. All right. So I love this heavy line. I can just rip it right out of the weeds. See that? Oh, the crawdad got off. But I wanted to show you. All I got's a big wad of weedage. All I got's weedies. Crawdad peeled off. But that's okay. He was fixing to get cut loose. So let's get this shit off here. Put this away. To be safe, we're going to unclip this big old treble. So I like to run clips on it. See, here was the rig. We have this bobber here that slips on the line. It went to this clip. And I have my leader clipped on right down to that. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch batteries in the phone and then we'll do some dunking. But first, let's go ahead and finish cut this loose. Now these clips I use here, I use them out shark fishing. So these crosslock swivels, they'll hold a couple 100 pounds. Usually I don't trust shit like that, but these here I trust. I've already put the weenie to them, and they're proven. Okay, we're gonna clip this. See, we got. Oh, I just lost you. I knew it was coming. Sorry. Bye. All right, we're back.